freshman here at the University of Michigan. In light of the topic of discussion this evening, I think it's appropriate for me to tell you a bit about my own educational experience. My educational experience in the St. Louis Public Schools District was very interesting. Each school I attended had a unique educational focus as well as a unique impact on my life. I began school in an early childhood education center that instilled the fundamentals of learning through interaction and physical activity. I moved on to a math, science, and technology institution that taught me how to approach complex issues at a young age and the processes to solve them. I then moved on to an investigative learning center, which taught me how to foster leadership and approach the why answer when learning a new concept. Finally, I attended a career in college readiness high school that assisted me in the college process that led me here, the University of Michigan in Ann Arbor. Throughout my educational experience, I've learned many valuable things and came across magnificent teachers whose words stick with me to this very day. However, there is one teacher in particular that has had a profound impact on me, both mentally and academically, Ms. Chanel Hampton. Solomon Ortiz once said, "Education is the key to success in life, and teachers make a lasting impact on the lives of their students." In the classroom, Ms. Hampton was my middle school English teacher from 6th to 8th grade. Outside of class, she was my role model as well as my mentor. She made it her duty to get to know every student individually. She also made it her duty to increase our knowledge beyond the class syllabus that she presented us at the beginning of each academic year. Although she taught English, Ms. Hampton incorporated many aspects of a holistic education into the classroom that reached far beyond paragraph format and proper English. Through her learning efforts, I was able to learn about the Holocaust, apartheid, and the nonviolence movement by Mahatma Gandhi. I will never forget the banner that hung from her desk with Gandhi's quote, "My life is my message." I believe the reason we were able to easily form a bond is because of our similar backgrounds, being African American and growing up in a low-income household. The most important thing I learned from Ms. Hampton was resilience. Her story taught me that I have the potential to beat the odds set against me and that Black excellence does exist. I am proud to say that she was my teacher and that we now have something else in common, attending the University of Michigan in Ann Arbor. I chose this university because it matched my academic and career interests. I've always had an interest in social justice. My adolescent years have inspired me to pursue a career in urban farming. If you only knew how many Google Docs and notebooks I have filled with ideas for community development, vacant land, and urban education. I plan to double major in political science with an emphasis in American government and social theory and practice with a concentration on social policies and its effect on minorities, specifically African Americans and Hispanics. I believe the University of Michigan is the best institution to prepare me for this activism and become more knowledgeable on issues integral to my future career in life of advocacy. It is because of Black excellence and those that came before me that I stand before you today as another example of Black excellence. I am humbled and honored to have the opportunity to be a Black Wolverine here in Michigan, and I am eager to charge into my future. Given that I have told you a bit about my own journey in education, I think it is quite appropriate for me to introduce David Johns, someone who is working to ensure all students who look like me have great education opportunities in this country. In March 2013, U.S. Education Secretary Arne Duncan announced the appointment of David Johns as Executive Director of the White House Initiative on Educational Excellence for African Americans. As Executive Director, David works to identify evidence-based test practices to improve African American student achievement from cradle to career. His initiative works across federal agencies and with partners and communities nationwide to produce a more effective continuum of education programs for all African American students. You will also frequently hear Mr. Johns saying, "Teach the babies." Mr. David Johns obtained a master's degree in sociology and education policy at Teachers College, Columbia University, where he graduated summa cum laude while simultaneously teaching elementary school in New York City. He graduated with honors from Columbia University in 2004 with a triple major in English, creative writing, and African American studies. Without further ado, it is my pleasure to introduce Mr. David Johns.